Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carrie, and today, as you can see, I have two very special guests. I have my friend Audrey back on.
Hi guys!
Who made lomo saltado.
Yes, you remembered!
Yes. I like to think of the name, but a couple weeks ago, and then I have my friend Sarah, who is also going to be making a delicious dish. So today we're having a challenge, and we had to make a dish. Both of them are making a dish using chicken. So it's going to be the West versus the East. And so what will you be making?
I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make chicken empanadas.
Ooh, and the East, what will you be making?
I'll be teaching you guys how to make cold ginger chicken, something really simple, fast to make, and you can always keep it in the fridge to eat later.
All right, and I guess I'm the judge.
Wow.
I have the hardest job.
Very
so hard.
All right, so we're going to be starting today with Audrey's dish. Stay tuned for part 2 for Sarah's dish. And yeah, let's get cooking.
Yes!
All right,
okay.
What do we do?
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Moving Sarah aside. If you live in a place that's got like a market that's Latin American, you can just buy the dough. You know, like here you can buy wontons?
Yes.
It's similar. You can buy empanada dough, and then that just takes 30 minutes of your life.
Have you found that in Hawaii?
No.
Okay.
That's why we're making the dough
That's
today.
why we're making the dough
fresh.
But fresh is always better, don't you think?
Yeah. And it's taken me years to like figure out like how I like my dough. So like when I first made empanadas, I was using like banana and Nutella. And so then obviously I was using water and not chicken broth that you see here today. So like, you know, so I was like trying to figure out like water to flour ratio. But the chicken, we want like the flavor in the bread as much as we want in the inside, because we want the empanada dough to be like
moist or
flaky.
Oh, flaky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah, she's gonna be cute. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do first. We're gonna learn how to make the dough. The dough takes about like 15 to 20 minutes to knead, and then you wanna let it sit minimum 30 minutes or an hour in the refrigerator. So you wanna cover it and then just put it, it doesn't rise because there's no yeast, but you just want it to get firm so that when you put the chicken and like the filling inside, you're gonna, it needs to be firm enough so that
it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are the ingredients that we're using?
Okay, so very simple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have some. Oh my God, what is English? I was gonna say mantequilla.
Butter.
Butter.
Mantequilla. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Mantequilla.
Mantequilla. So butter, some salt. Okay, there we go. There we went. Oh, not the seasoning. This is for later. And then we're gonna use some harina flour, and then chicken broth. Now I measured out like. Normally when I do this, it's just so cute. When we do this, we have, I normally do like 3 cups or 4 cups of flour and then 1 cup of chicken broth. When you're making the dough together, you want to slowly pour in the chicken broth. So you're just adding, you don't want to like have this fight between it being too wet or too dry.
So you're doing it as you go.
Yeah. And I like to make, if you think you're making enough dough, sometimes you're not, because once it consolidates, it's actually smaller than you think.
Nice.
And what's great about this too is you're really just making the dough, and then you can put whatever you want in empanada.
That's what you were saying, right? So what are some of the different empanadas you've made?
So like empanadas are all over Latin America. Everybody makes them differently. So like you can put like beef, you can put, I've seen people do steak, I've seen some people do like chicken and olives, I've seen, so you can really like anything in like in the meat variety. I wouldn't put ají.
No fish.
Maybe not. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna get a bigger bowl, a bigger taza. Sorry, I teach Spanish, so my brain is like, what are words? Okay, so we're gonna use the flour. Okay. I'm gonna do most of this anyway. I've already pre-measured it out to like 7 or 8 cups. So this is like the max I wanna use. Okay. And then you want like the butter, and also you want clean hands before this. So I just washed my hands before this. You want the butter to have already sit out so it's like easier to mix, because you use your hands. I guess you could use a mixing bowl if you got one of those like really nice KitchenAids.
I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have that either. So we're gonna use like what my ancestors did, their hands. Okay, so we're gonna put the butter, and then we're gonna crack an egg.
Okay, I have an egg. 1 egg only?
Just 1 egg for now, and then if we need to, we can do another one.
You need something. We're
literally using our hands.
Yeah, I thought you meant like a mixing spoon.
No. Because then it's just ridiculous.
Okay, got it.
And then we're gonna just pour a little bit of chicken broth for now. Maybe like half of it. I measured about like
4 cups.
2.5 cups here so far. My sous chef here, my assistant, is gonna help pour the rest of the chicken broth while I have my hand in it. I don't normally have this luxury at home, so
you do both.
Yes.
You do it all?
Yeah,
do it all.
I do it all. Okay, so we're gonna I don't know if your camera can catch this, so I'm just gonna move it closer here. So see how I'm mixing it in? Okay, so see how that's kind of dry, so we're gonna add some more. So I'm gonna ask you to slowly.
More?
Yes, más por favor.
Muy
bien. Juan. Okay, just for now. Okay, I realized when you like slowly pour stuff, the bread just tastes better. I'm not like a pastry chef by trade or anything, but I realized
from experience.
Yeah, I just feel like when you pour it all at once, then it's like, oh wait, actually I needed more flour, or I didn't need that much.
So tell me, when did you start making empanadas? Like when?
Okay, so in college. So in college, actually, so I went to college in Ohio, and the Hispanic Latino community was very small, but we were there, and we were always like, dang, like we miss like home food, right? So I was living in my college actually offered like housing where we lived in a house. So there was like 12 of us living in a house. It was like a themed house. So the other Latino that I lived with, he was like, hey, do you want to make empanadas with me? I've never done this before, but like, let's try. And I said, sure. So we looked up some recipe and we did banana Nutella empanadas.
Wow,
that was
it
like
a hit with all of your...
I mean, listen, when you're desperate, you kind of like anything's great.
Like, oh my God, this reminds me of home.
Yeah, you're not eating the school cafeteria, right? That you're stuck with for like 7 days a week, 24/7. But when you think about empanadas in all over Latin America, it's cool because like every country does it differently.
Oh,
so like it's like it's such a common street food, but it doesn't. None of it tastes the same.
It's all tastes different.
Yeah. It's actually a really great episode, Street Food of Latin America on Netflix. Street Food of Latin America on Netflix. There's a couple episodes, and one of them is in Argentina, and they cover empanadas. Amongst all the other foods that they make.
I'm gonna watch that after
You
this.
should, yeah. So it was like the street vendors being like, okay, well, I'm from this region of Argentina, and our empanadas are the best. And they're like, actually, if you go here,
Our empanadas.
ours are the best. Yeah, exactly. So
I feel like it's getting a little dry.
yeah. But she's going down. Anyway,
She's
just
going
gonna
down.
just a little bit salt. I don't do too much salt in the dough.
So how often do you make an empanada?
So especially during COVID, I was making a lot because I liked meal prepping. So this was a good thing to make on a Sunday, like in the morning or whatever, because you know you want to make like a lot. And then I would just make this for my lunches because they're so easy to just pop in the microwave at work for like a minute. You know what I mean? And
then how do they keep? You keep them in the fridge, or you
yeah, keep them in the fridge. Yeah, because they're already cooked. So they last like about 5 days, 7 days a week.
When you're kneading, what is your technique on kneading the dough? Like,
okay, so I really just like want to fold. So if I have here, then I like fold it in, then I push. Yeah, just shape it a little bit. And then what I do is you can either pop it in the fridge for like 30 minutes if you want like a faster like solidified time, or if you have too many things in the fridge, you can just put a cloth and then put in like a dark corner.
Here's a towel.
Okay. And so we're gonna do this for like about an hour or so.
All right, so we will see you back in an hour.
Okay.
And then we will make our filling.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right, we are back, and Ellie got up, so she will be in this part. So, Audrey, so it's been about 30 minutes.
Yes, it has totally been about 30 minutes.
So, what is the next step, and what are we using for our filling?
Okay, so
empanadas.
Yes, so I didn't really want to show you guys cutting because I am no professional chef by any means. Cough, cough, Miss Sarah. So this is this is our filling. Okay, so basically, we're gonna do our chicken. So I pre-cut our chicken into like small pieces. Again, if you like shredded chicken, you can just, you know, after you cook it, you can shred it with 2 forks together. And then we have tomatoes, onion, and garlic. They're kind of like the trinity in any kind of like Latin American based food. I have salt, and then I have, okay, so on a side note, my mom's from New Orleans, so when I do this dish, I kind of just do Tony Zachary's Cajun blend. What's it called?
Show the
I can share it. Wow. I get this one. It's at Safeway here. Tony Zachary's.
Never seen that.
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
It's Creole seasoning, so it's got like
it's like a seafood blend? No.
No, this is, you can put anything with chicken and seasoning. I put this in my gumbo. I put this in my red beans and rice. I put this in my, if you want to bring me back for some red beans and rice. We can make some good old red beans and rice or gumbo. But yeah, I put this in anything that's got chicken in it. Or yeah. Any in there. So it gives it like a nice little kick that isn't like spicy. If you like spicy, you do spicy. We're trying to keep it
mild.
Flavorful.
For Ellie. For the breastfeeding.
For the breast.
For the breast.
Because the sriracha goes that way, you know? It's gotta exit somewhere.
Yes.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put these on the side, and I'm just gonna lightly salt.
Do you want to use a spoon to mix chicken?
Oh yes, it can. I've never used this before, but here we are in the kitchen. And then we're gonna use some seasoning.
Ellie looks interested.
Yes, she's like, what is this weird noise? This is kind of like ASMR, right?
Yes, yeah, she's getting all this squishy, sloshy noises. I know, you know, you're a cook by night, as you cook
by night.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ellen.
Sorry. But what do you do during the day?
What do I do? I'm Batman. No kidding. So I teach. That's my day job at Farrington. I can say that, I think. Yeah, I teach at Farrington. I teach Spanish. I teach all levels, 1 through 3. So I have all the kids all the time.
So you're a teacher.
Yeah, I'm a teacher.
But we also know each other through performing arts too.
Yes, yes.
Audrey actually is in performing arts.
Yes.
If you saw her last video with me, we talk about that, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I met Carrie through Ohana Arts. So I do their admin work, and then I think this summer I was also their acting teacher for one of their grades. Yeah, it's a great time. I think that is really like not my side hustle per se, but that's
your
like
passion, right?
My passion, yeah.
It's performing arts.
Yeah, so I do both. I wear many hats. So we're gonna go to the stove, not the stove. Yeah, the stove, and then we're gonna cook everything, and then we'll put it all together and make an empanada.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we're here in the kitchen, and what we're gonna do is, this is our process, okay? We're gonna take our onion. We're gonna put it in our pan, and then, I'm just gonna explain it first before we do it. Then I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit,
okay.
And then when it's ready to put in, then I put my tomatoes, and then I put my garlic, and then I put the chicken, and then I cook all that together.
All right.
That's the basic.
We didn't any no, you don't have to put any salt or anything because
everything was already pre-salted, yeah. And then I just put extra virgin olive oil as like the base. But if you really want no flavor, then I guess avocado oil? Question mark. If I do it like Peruvian style, I'll do soy sauce and vinegar.
Okay.
So Carrie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so what made you feel like you wanted to do like a lot of segments on cooking? Like that is not like all of your channel, but like what joys do you find on doing like cooking episodes?
Well, I always feel like cooking will bring people together, and you know, from different cultures, and I got that I think from my grandparents because they did a lot of cooking in the kitchen, and that's how I started the channel, was watching them cook and just navigating and just documenting their cooking. And so I always found just a lot of gratitude and in that, because I know that these experiences, like, they don't happen that often, where you can cook and you can have conversation and just learn about the dish and the people behind the dish. And I think that's really important and really interesting to document. Tomatoes are in?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, okay, so if you want to be like, if you want your chicken, so the way I cook chicken is I like cutting it in pieces because for me, I like eyeball it, and just as soon as it like stops becoming pink, then I'll take it out because I like it really juicy and moist. But if you want to make sure, if you're somebody that like tends to overcook chicken and you're like, I don't really know when that happens, you can use chicken broth and put it in here and then slowly cook it. So it takes a little more time, but the chicken gets
It'll be moist.
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
Okay, so we're back again, making some empanadas. So we cooked the chicken.
Yes.
Sorry, I know, Ellie, I'm really loud. So we made the chicken, we made the dough, now we have some cheese to add to our filling. Okay, so you don't really have to roll it out, that's just me. Somebody out there on YouTube is like, I roll out my dough. Great, good for you. I don't got that kind of time. So we get some dough from the top. We're gonna knead it a little bit just to get it warm because we took it out from our refrigerator to chill. Okay, and then we're gonna press it down like so. Just trying to get on the camera. Oh.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you. Babies are so cute. Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
That's nice.
Okay. So after you roll, knead.
And it only works if you say it like that, though. If you don't say the word, it's not gonna work.
Like so. You can do it on the table if you feel comfortable. Now, you could do one of two ways, okay? If you're a beginner and you cleaned your surface, you can either press it down, like so, okay? Then you can spread it out, take it out, and then you can push up the edge. So if you ever made like Nepalese momos, kind of similar, and I had to learn how to make those back in the day. Then, what I like to do is put cheese first. You just grab a little bit of cheese. I do Mexican fork cheese. You can get any old place, just mixed cheese. You can do cheddar cheese if you're lactose intolerant, then don't put any cheese. Because it's your body, your choice.
Your body, your choice.
With that, the chicken, don't put like 5 million pieces. Where is it gonna go? Out. It's gonna poop it out as you're crimping it. So, and then you're gonna find the middle. You're gonna close. This is where you can.
This part you are correct. It is like making like a mandu, which our family does.
Yes. It's gonna close it. So there are a couple ways you can do crimping. Okay, a lot of South American ways. You're gonna take the end, one end either way, and you're gonna fold in a little triangle, and then that top you're gonna fold in again, and again, and again. If you feel like your empanada doesn't do that, you can just simply use a fork that I'm going to show you on our next one. So yeah, those are 2 ways you can do it. Okay, next we'll see them all perfectly formed in amazing ways.
Alright, so what is the next step of now that our empanadas are all made?
Okay, so now that they're all made, we're just gonna do a slight egg wash. Miss Carrie over here does not have a brush. If you have a brush, use a brush. If you don't, you can go the old-fashioned way and use a fork. So basically, an egg wash is we just cracked open an egg, and I just kind of whisked it like this to mix it all together. If you're fancy and you only want to use egg whites, you can only use egg whites. It's fine with me. And then we're just gonna basically kind of glaze over these.
All right, so we are going to be trying the empanada that Audrey made here. I'm excited. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Sorry, not yet. I like it. I like the dough.
This is obviously what I made because you see how thick it is? It's pretty thick. It's like a chalupa.
Oh, this is really good.
Thank you.
Definitely the cheese does add. This is delicious.
Thank you.
My first empanada.
But will it compare with my dish?
Ooh.
There.
Gonna have to find out next episode.
Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video to see the verdict of which one wins, or maybe they both win, I don't know. Stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.